radio today, and also 50-plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world. And, of course, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC, is going to be in Kansas City this weekend. And we have got a lot of great interviews today, and we have got our next guest who is going to join us live here on our big broadcast. And I believe I've got Dustin Jacoby with us. Dustin, can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, sir, I can.
Sir, who walked in behind me? That is awesome, though. You are a light heavyweight in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Talk to me a little bit about your division.
Yes, sir, I am number 13 light heavyweight in the world in the UFC, and a tough division, man. There's a lot of guys competing for that title right now, especially with John Jones vacating and going to heavyweight. And there's also a lot of guys out right now. They're in the top 10, so the title run is wide open for the taking. And, as stacked as a division as it is, there are some guys on the sidelines right now, and the opportunity has never been better.
Now, when I got your press photo, I immediately noticed the cauliflower ears. I'm assuming you have a huge wrestling background.
You know what? I'm more of a striker. I just have a huge training and mixed martial arts background. I've been doing this professionally for 13 years. I think I had my first amateur fight 15 years ago. So I've been at this for a while, and the scars and bumps and bruises continue to add up.
So, coming into this, you have got a great background. Talk to me a little bit about some of the folks that you have fought over the years, because you fought King Mo as well as a few others. Just plenty of guys to prepare you for your journey in the UFC.
Yeah, absolutely. I turned pro in November of 2010, and by October of 2011, I had made my UFC debut. I had a couple quick losses. I got bumped from the organization, and then I, by chance, I went out and won a title for CFFC, one of the biggest regional MMA shows on the East Coast. And, by chance, I got a call to fight in a one-night, 8-man kickboxing tournament for Glory Kickboxing.
That's awesome.
I went in there, knocked out all three opponents, and won a contract with Glory Kickboxing, and that's where I fought guys like, Alex Pereira, who had just fought last week against Adesanya for the middleweight title, and Simon Marcus and Murad Bouzidi, and just a lot of big name guys, tough guys in the kickboxing ranks that a lot of the casual MMA fans don't really know. But I fought a ton of killers, man, top level strikers in the world, and earned my trip back into the UFC, and again fought guys like Muhammad Law and for Bellator, and John Salter, who was a world champ and recently retired, but. It's been a long journey, man. I've fought a lot of killers along the way, and guys that have leveled me up to where I am today.
That's fantastic. I think that's great that you have been all over the place. You're not just a UFC guy. You've done Bellator, you've done the Glory Kickboxing, all that. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey, man. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Met a lot of great people, made a lot of great memories, things I'll cherish forever and for a lifetime, man. So it's been one heck of a journey, and I'm very proud of the things I've accomplished along the way, and have just made a lot of great memories.
That's awesome. We have got a fantastic guest with us today. Dustin Jacoby joins us here on our big broadcast. Your nickname is amazing. Tell me this story. It's got something to do with like a Polish soldier. I when I saw this in your press kit, I'm like, I got to ask this guy about this.
Yeah, I get that a lot, the Hanyak. So my twin brother and I growing up, my grandma is German, and she'd always call us little Hanyaks, and we were running around or acting up or being crazy and, up to no good. And I had a great buddy of mine stood in my wedding. He's a big fight fan, followed my career all along. And one day, years ago, probably a decade now, he's like, man, I think I got the perfect nickname for you. I think you should be the Hanyak. I was like, dude, where did you hear that? I was like, my grandma used to call my brother and I, little Hanyaks all the time. And then when I had fought for that kickboxing tournament, the first night I ever did kickboxing, 3 fights in one night. I'm getting my hands taped. The guy walks up. He's like, "Hey, do you have a nickname?" I said, "No." And he's walking out of the room, and I stopped. I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Tonight I do. Call me the Hanyak." And I ended up winning the tournament, and the Hanyak stuck ever since. So it really goes back to my late grandmother, who just passed away in 2020, gave me the nickname, and a good buddy just reinforced that that's what it should be, and that's how it became.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Dustin Jacoby with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. So fighting in UFC out there in Kansas City this weekend, a lot of these old UFCs, they used to have nicknames. Do you think we should bring back the nicknames instead of just the numbers?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like Seek and Destroy.
Yes.
Or, Unbreakable. Yeah, bring it back. You guys got a particular name for this one?
I'm not real sure what you would nickname this show.
Let's go with the Return of the Hanyak.
The Return of the Hanyak. That's right. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast, Dustin Jacoby, and his professional MMA record is 18-6-1. I always hate the records that have the 1. How did you end up with the 1?
Yeah, that 1, that's a memorable one, too. It was a fight with another fighter that's actually on this card, Jan Kutlaba, and had come out and really had his way with me in round 1 and took me down a bunch. And, the ref was really in my ear saying, I got to pick it up a little bit. And then I came out rounds 2. So that was a 10-8 round. And then I came out and won rounds 2 and 3, I thought, pretty decisively. And I thought I'd done enough to get the split decision win. But unfortunately, it went to the judges, and they decided the fight was a draw. So that's how that 1 came about.
Oh, I just am always, it's so strange how everybody ends up with the third number.
That third number could be, that's better than a no contest. I'll tell you that. At least, I didn't come up failing for steroids or my opponent or something. That's where you usually see the no contest. So yes. I guess I'll take the draw with the way that fight started.
We have got Dustin Jacoby with us today. He is going to be part of the UFC event in Kansas City this weekend. So tell me a little bit about your opponent. I can't even pronounce this guy's name.
Azamat Murzakanov.
Yes.
Very dangerous Russian. Undefeated, 12-0. Kind of small for a light heavyweight in a sense of height and reach, but makes up for that with power and speed, and he's a tough fighter. He's a dog for sure. He brings the fight, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to give him that first loss. I've done that several times throughout my career where I had faced an undefeated fighter and given them their first loss. So that is more motivation Saturday night to go in there and get the hands raised.
That is awesome. Well, you are fantastic. Thanks for making as much time as you did for us today. This has been so much fun, and good luck with the fight on Saturday. And once this is over, do you go back to the gym Monday morning, or do you take a little bit of time off since you are fighting in the UFC, for God's sakes?
Yeah, no, I definitely take a little time off. I'll probably be in there to say what's up to the team, and, we walk in, so it's cool when Monday morning rolls around and we're practicing, and whoever it was that fought that Saturday walks into the gym, and at whatever time, it's pretty random, whatever time we're training, everybody will stop and start clapping and, say what's up. So I'm looking forward to that, but I got a little golf trip planned to South Carolina after this, and
awesome.
Go enjoy my favorite pastime, and then, get back to the drawing board within a couple weeks and figure out the next battle.
That's awesome. Well, you have been fantastic. This has been just amazing. Thanks for making as much time as you did, and good luck this weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, my man.
Well, I sure do appreciate the time. You guys have a great day, and I'm looking forward to putting on a show Saturday night.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Dustin. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, man. You too.
Thank
Bye.
you, brother. There he goes. That is Dustin Jacoby joining us today from the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC Kansas City. I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's what I've been referring to it as. We have got more coming up on the other side. You are listening to the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Radio Broadcast.